So yeah, I'm back at the house. It's morning time, man. And I'm gonna end this video. Just sitting back talking to y'all real quick because it's just weird to me, right? Um, it's like no one. Well, it's people who want this, but when you go to talk about it, like certain people go to acting weird or act like you got a problem or something. And it's based around like a sense of community. When you start speaking on having a sense of community, doing things for your community, like actively as an adult, just taking the initiative and starting something for the community and just giving it away, it's like people think you're weird. Or when you try to make like a deeper connection with people that you see every day now, they live right there with you and stuff like that. And you just like, or you just tell people about yourself and things like that, your history and stuff. Like people just get weird. I don't understand. It's like every time that I speak about things like, well, dang, maybe I should get back into politics. I'm getting older now, and like, like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe I should start doing go back to doing community programs, all that type of stuff. Because to be honest, I see a major like displacement and a gap in the development of our young citizens. Because if they're not institutionalized, not meaning like prison, but I'm talking like in school and go through those chambers or certain departments like fall into certain suits, they just got a big ass disconnect. Cause maybe they don't want to do that, but they don't want to be bad people either. You get what I'm saying? Like they not necessarily trying to live a life of crime or anything. They just working and stuff, and they try to find a sense of community, a sense of belonging, and they still want to give back and participate in the society around them. You get what I'm saying? They still want to be a major figure in the community that they reside in. Yeah, I know what it'll take, like me going to city meetings and stuff like that. Me actually sitting at the table and discussing certain things and events and just going there at first and seeing what's going on and then actually participating and giving my time and stuff. It's just the fact that it's certain legacies in my city that these younger generations don't know about and have no clue about. And certain people should be pushing forth like the education campaign educating them on the city and what used to go on, what goes on, and things like that. And then you know, you got city events planning and stuff like that. That all goes on, things like that. But it's just weird because like we develop in these third places, right? But then with some of them, they're not like really like accessible. You know my drift? Like it's weird. Like you make a park, but you don't want nobody hanging out at the park. It's like you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'm trying to like put my finger on it and like explain the sense of it. And I'm not trying like this or talk bad about it. Like I'm just speaking about how I feel. You get what I'm saying? About everything. Because it's like I got roots here, but at the same time, it's a strong influence of getting up out of here and going somewhere else and doing what I do somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But then you want to be a part and like put your like equity into a place that you was raised up in. You feel what I'm saying? Without it being like a real problem or a situation. You feel me? Because it's funny. Like at this time, it's the 24th of December, 2025. I mean, I'm at Christmas Eve, right? 2026 is coming upon us next week. And I'm seeing so many different fragmentations of developments and like programming. It's like ridiculous. Like one guy I know, like personally, he like homeless, and you know, I'm not like trying to intervene or anything like that, or talk down on him or whatever. I just let him be. Like, you get what I'm saying? But for him to be so young and in this predicament, it's like hilarious. It's baffling to me. You know what I'm saying? And like from his aura, his spirit, like it's like real clean, real pure, child like a child like innocence. But then it's like pure honesty. Like it's really like pure honesty. Like either he very angelic, either way, but either he like very good, or he one of the most evilest people I know. Hiding behind a thick mask. Like, yo, that shit crazy. But he in his 20s. And it's like stuff like that. It will get me pulling back into like, yo, do I really need to be out here like helping and like really be out here trying to make a difference in my community? Like, and then I don't really be having nobody to talk to about stuff like this. I try, and when moments like this come upon me, they just come upon me. But I try to have somebody to talk to about stuff like this, but it get ridiculous. Like it's I don't be having nobody to talk to about stuff like this. Or maybe I seek out counsel in the wrong places at the wrong time. But I just go off of what's on my mind at the time a lot of times. Because there's really no reason for someone, especially in this day and age, to go through life, right? And it's not me negating people's circumstances, their lifestyle, and their upbringing, like the childhood dramas and stuff like that. But there's really no reason for somebody to like have to go through certain circumstances. I understand it's because of a lot of decisions they make, and a lot of the decisions is based on like substance abuse or just making wrong decisions and getting locked up and stuff like. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's no reason for a child to have to go through that and not have guidance either, so they end up going through all of that. You get what I'm saying? And then when they get to a certain point in life, they just get pushed aside or forgotten about. Like there's nothing there's nothing for you. This is what I keep talking about. It's that rear age of 18 to 23, 24. Especially, I'm mainly speaking about in my city, Rochester, New York. Like, no, I'm not perfect or anything like that. I just, I just know that that's what happens. Like from 18 to 24, those actually are your college years. Like either you already working somewhere, right? And the majority of the time for the average person is somewhere that doesn't really pay that much. At the time being, you feel like, yeah, I could work here. I'm just gonna work and make my money and da 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 da. Now realizing that you're not gonna be making enough with certain spots, and you're gonna have to get two jobs, maybe even three, right? To have a decent living, or you're in college, which means that you're broke. A lot of times you end up being broke college student. Like you just and or you go to the military. Those are like three of the positive choices, right? But for that one choice, you just going to work and stuff like that. What you end up missing, even if you don't just go to work and stuff, you just floating around and stuff. I'm saying this is the reason why a lot of people end up just floating around or end up like getting in trouble or end up just existing and stuff. What ends up happening is that you don't have a connection to something. You end up not having a connection to something, something greater, or and I'm not even talking about like a frat or a club because we have those also, right? Like different lodges and societies. But what I'm mainly talking about is some place where you could go and just meet with different people and just conversation, um, different types of meetings that you can get involved in, things like that. Usually, it used to be the rec centers that used to do stuff like that, and some still do. But a lot of the places that used to do a lot of that community building now are more so focused on um like AA, um NA type situations and groups, stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It's more so that it's not a lot of places where you could just go and have community and team building in the community. Um, Leadership. Even when they was having like a lot of these programs, like meetings and stuff like that, and was trying to create groups and stuff. It'll be more so attached to a lot of the organizations. So it'd be like different agencies. You get what I'm saying? Which is not a bad idea. But like I was saying, like a lot of these agencies gravitate towards childhood development. Um, some gravitate towards the teens. You get what I'm saying? I think that's like two of the major things that end up missing. You feel me? Which is God. A lot of times, God being taken out of a lot of things, and a sense of community, like community building. I don't know, like you know what I'm saying, like I was saying, like on one hand we have it, like we have the raw material, the stuff to do it, but then when you start talking about doing it or you trying to do it, it seems like they start getting sabotaged or people just think you weird or up to something or some type of agenda or something like. Mm-mm. And I think it just from my upbringing, cause I'm used to seeing men get together and like doing marches or like doing fundraisers and things like that. Like honestly, before I started doing community service and community work with like the city and Boys and Girls Club and all that stuff, right? I was already doing it with my stepfather and my mom, like um, taking care of people that was homeless, um, community service programs and things like that. But it's based upon that my stepfather was the imam. You get what I'm saying? So I think that part of me need to be like expressed in the near future, like getting that part of myself out and like participate. At first, I just got tired of it because I felt like my efforts, like I was saying, always end up like not being as successful as it could be, or they got hijacked and turned into something else. like it just be weird, man. It be weird. You get what I'm saying? And the credit for a lot of stuff is one thing, but just like instead of like including everybody, they they take over, they hijack it, sabotage what you got going on, hijack it, and then exclude everybody else out, and just like start making like sections and departments and stuff. Like it get weird, bro. It get weird, and now you boxed out, and you like, but it's my idea. Like, how you gonna try to steal my thoughts? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like programs and groups and stuff that you put together. And I'm really not talking about how can I put this? All right, let me just put it like this. It's certain towns and certain places where everybody know each other, right? And if something was to happen, people will respond or react. People help out. People are there for each other. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm, that's what I'm talking about. A sense of community like that, not a sense of community where everybody's mean to each other and nobody cares and everybody ignores each other and stuff. Like you get what I'm saying? Don't nobody want. I know so many people these days that's like antisocial and depressed and is off in their own world, that is ridiculous. Like, it's really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, I'm a introvert. I'm both. I go back and forth. It depends on how I feel. And I feel like a lot of people can be that way also. Like, they get nervous to speak around other people, and then sometimes they're just comfortable around other people. I think it's a human trait that could change. Like, go either way, psychologically. But down, I was saying all that to say that it doesn't have to be that way. Like, people could talk to each other, learn about each other, know each other. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying everybody knows each other's darkest secrets and everybody knows each other's childhood traumas and stuff, because that's what ends up happening. Instead of like having like good communication, positive communication, a lot of people end up trauma bonding and try to one up each other on each other hurt and pain. Like, you ain't having this bad to me, like a trend of being down and out. Like, you ain't gotta be down and out. You feel what I'm saying? And we ain't got one up each other on each other pain and misery and stuff. You get what I'm saying? She done turned the light off in the hallway. But we could. I'm getting tired now. We could actually visualizing something. We could actually come together at certain spots and places and do like events with like our families and children and stuff like that. And not necessarily it's just I know somebody out here understand what I'm saying. Like, cause we be having stuff, but it just don't be having that feeling of community. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, we used to have the Jump Jack, Teddy T. We had a downtown where everybody hung out at and stuff like that. Everybody know each other and stuff, like different places and stuff like that. And either I'm out of the loop, you know what I'm saying? Like, either I'm really, really out of the loop, or is exactly what I'm saying. And I tend to find out a lot of times that is more so of what I'm saying, because I don't know. I just don't know. Turn the light back on, Miracle. Talking about some happy Halloween. But like, I don't know. Like, Miracle. Alright. Comment below. Tell me how y'all feel about this. Um, like, how your community feel. Do you feel this way? Cause I do see in certain spots where people are trying to build up and uplift their communities and come together, and it's been sabotaged, or dude's been like dead up murked over this, bro. That's serious. Like Nipsey, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even like a money play. Like, yeah, we be making money and stuff, but like when we talking about this type of influence, this type of like, and yeah, I guess power come with it, but we don't even be thinking about it like that. We just be thinking about people that we could trust and help support our kids and stuff like that. Like, you don't even understand it, bro. Turn the light back on, Miracle. I love you.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. Alright, get down. So like, especially like in my situation, you get what I'm saying? Like, my kids gonna get like older, and I don't want them like just put in a home and forgotten about type situation, or like looked at as like just a check. I want them to have an actual sense of community, sense of belonging. You know what I'm saying? I want them to feel like they're actually participating in society. Because you never know how this could go, especially with mine. You get what I'm saying? But like, let's say I end up becoming real rich and wealthy. Okay? Then what? What I'm gonna do then? Just travel and say fuck everybody. And then what if I don't? You know what I'm saying? Either way, I'm still gonna have to have something that I feel comfortable with to participate in, partake in. Like a lot of people are like, oh, join your church, your local church, and da 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 da. Yes, I can do that. I have done that. That's what I'm saying. I have done stuff like that. But it's still like disconnect because everybody don't do that necessarily, or like you got different religions and stuff. You got all these divides between people in a community that you don't never really get a sense of community. Come on, baby, you cold? All right, get up. Go in that go in the living room. Let me see. You laying on the bed. I think you got a little fever. Yeah. Where's Miracle? Put her in the kitchen. Hold on, Mom. Did you give them medicine?
I think they gave medicine.
When? What time?
It was like 5
Okay. You get an emotion?
Yeah, the motion.
Okay. No, that was serious. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, it's just scary to think about, man. So they be like, oh, so don't think about it. Everybody don't want to hear all that like that. Or everybody don't think the way you think. Like, I hear all different types of stuff, bro. Like, a lot of the disconnect with me and people be talking like this. And it's like, I don't know, I think they be thinking I be trying to be smart or like just sound intelligent. Like I just be talking just to talk or something. But really I be expressing myself. And I've been waiting for other people to be like, yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. Like I don't want to just sit down and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you used to have the why. The why was a place where you could do that somewhat outside of, like, sports and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you had, like, pay, like, a little membership and stuff. And they got, like, little different programs and stuff. But that was, like, one place that you used to be able to do stuff like that. But I never really seen, like, adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, young adults. It's mainly, like, me just thinking about, all right, how am I going to make my debut? Not like... But if I was to participate in stuff, what would I necessarily participate in? And what would be my plan of action? Because, like, even with business, right? You still got to participate or be active in the community and in the political arena. Like, have an awareness of what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? And actually know, like, the resources that's around. And that's the thing. It's resources around, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense. The resources don't be making sense. Like here, right? If you're homeless, in order to get services and you're homeless, you have to find shelter. Right? So either you have to go to a shelter or something. Move in with somebody or something, right? And automatically like try to put you into like a drug program if you're on drugs. If you're not, you feel like if there's nothing wrong with you, which a lot of times there do be stuff wrong with people. Like it be stuff like mentally wrong with people, and they just need some rewiring. You know what I'm saying? So on rebuilding, some reframing, some structure. But and that's what I'm saying. That gap between 18 to 25, they be losing that structure. There's no structure for some people. It just seems stuff every day. Just work, come home, work, come home, and a lot of them it don't even be that. They just out here, bruh. And then they end up getting caught up. But in order to get services, you either got to be living with someone or find shelter. And then to get into shelter, you got to have DSS. You got to get services. So it's funny to me because you end up having to get the services and the shelter at the same time in the same day. And you got into 6 o'clock to make it happen. You get what I'm saying? And that's especially if you're a man. If you're a woman with kids, everything's a little bit easier for you. If you're a female, it's a little bit easier for you. You get what I'm saying? But normally it'll be like women with kids. That'd be the main target audience. Women with kids. Having a hard time. And I understand that. That's reasonable. That is good. That's great. But it's nothing out here for men, real men that want to be men and looking for a sense of community without like a cult and clicking up and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they want to show up and just do stuff, they can show up and just do stuff. If they don't want to show up and do stuff, they don't got to show up and do stuff. Type situation. You get what I'm saying? And like little events and stuff like that. Like a rec center for adults type situation or something. I don't know. But it'll have to be like more than, you get what I'm saying? Cause we got gyms and stuff. It's just a thought. It's just what I've been thinking about. Like if I was to go and sit on city council or go into politics and do something like that, um, that was like mainly a major part that I always seen, even as a youth. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like all the work that I've done in the past, I don't necessarily know if it made a change or not. I know at that time, yeah, and I know, I helped some people and stuff like that, I guess, but like, I don't know, like, I just seen people that were good people just turn into menace. And then it's like a force that's just like that'll force you to turn and be a menace too with them. Like fuck it, ain't shit going on, ain't shit happening. And you just get the efforts. That's what they call them, the efforts. All right, peace out, Roy family.